All right, are you ready?
Yes.
So let's get it on. From here starts the speaking test. This is the speaking mock test of the International English Language Testing System taking place in Ross IELTS Academy. The candidate is Maryam Shabankhah. The candidate number is 014-13278. The examiner is Joseph, examiner number 443533. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Joseph. Would you please tell me your full name?
My name is Maryam Shabankhah.
And can I have your identification, please?
Yes, here you are.
Thank you. Perfect. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Let's begin with part one. In the first part of the exam, I will ask you some personal questions. First, I'd like to ask you about your family. How much time do you spend with your family?
Honestly speaking, if I had more time, I would spend time with my family more because now I have a full job and I have to work 8 or 9 hours a day.
And what do you like to do together as a family?
If you ask me, I would like to watching TV, watching movie, or listening to music, or have a party with my family.
And do you get along well with your family?
Could you please repeat your answer?
Of course.
Question?
Do you get along well with your family?
Honestly, I prefer to go sightseeing or go to cinema or call a lot with my family.
Now let's move on to talk about perfume. Do you like perfumes?
Honestly, yes, because I am a woman and I prefer to wear perfume a lot.
Mm-hmm. And then how much money do you spend on buying perfumes or body sprays?
It depends on my income. When I get income a lot, I prefer to spending money a lot to perfume.
And would you ever consider giving perfume as a gift to someone?
If you ask me, I don't like buy perfume for my best friends or my family. I would like to buy something, for example, clothes or books or something like that.
Now let's move on to talk about rubbish and recycling. Do you practice rubbish recycling at home?
Yes. Because I'm keen on recycling a lot because our environment is dangerous today.
And are people in your country aware of the importance of rubbish recycling?
Yes, some people prefer to cycling, but others don't know about cycling a lot because they don't read about this.
And how can it benefit the environment if we segregate waste and effectively recycle it?
If you ask me, we can have a better environment and a healthy environment, and we don't have any pollution in our environment.
Perfect. This is the end of part one. Now, in part two, I'm going to give you a topic and I'd like you to talk about it for 2 minutes. Before you talk, you'll have 1 minute to think about what you're going to say, and you also can make notes if you wish. But don't worry if I stopped you. Do you understand?
Yes.
Well, the topic is describe a magazine article you read about healthy living. Here's the pen and the cue card, and you can also make notes on the cue card.
Thank you.
All right, your 1 minute preparation time is over, and you can speak now.
Prior to answering this question, I would like to admit that reading article is not my cup of tea, but if my memory serves me, 2 or 3 years ago, I read about an article healthy or healthy subject on the internet, and I read about sleeping enough. I read a lot of letters about that after reading it, and I read about sleep a lot can affect our life, and when we sleep enough, we can learn our lessons or focus our tasks. And we can do our task very well. And when we are students, we should sleep enough to learning our lessons perfect. And when we have an exam, we have to sleep enough because after that we can focus on our exam and we can get good mark. And as far as I remember, this article was about sleeping and reading good books. That these books can affect our mind, and
all right, your 2 minute time is over, and would you please hand me back the piece of paper and the pen? Thank you. Well, now we can move on to the third part. We've been talking about a magazine article you read about healthy living. And I'd now like to ask you some questions related to this. What are the most popular ways of keeping healthy in your country?
In my country, people have economic issue, and they are nervous. And we should read a book or see a movie that can get energy to them, and we can speak to each other, to friends or to family to recharge their battery.
And do you think most people worry more about their health as they get older?
Yes, because the surveys illustrates that people that are old have a lot of issues, for example, health issues, and we are concerned about that, and people should keep health a lot.
And why do you think some people continue bad habits when they know that they are damaging their health?
Because they don't read about this issue, about their issue, and they don't read a lot articles, and or they don't listen to news about that, so they affect it.
And how can children be encouraged to adopt healthy eating habits?
When children are in kindergarten, they should read lessons about that, and they should know about that.
And do you think people have become more healthy conscious in recent years?
In my country, I think no, they don't have any this conscience, but in other country, yes, there are a lot of situations.
And could governments do more to promote healthier lifestyle options?
It's a hard question. You know, I live in Iran and I don't have any healthy life, and we don't like about this situation. But yes, in other country, there are this situation.
And what about the country where you live?
In my country, people have a lot of issues, and they don't have any time about that, about this problem, I think.
Okay, thank you very much. This is the end of the speaking test.
Do you want to know what band score you'll get in the IELTS speaking test? Perhaps you want to improve your performance and prepare yourself for the real test? Then why not book an online mock test with us that will last for 25 minutes? 12 minutes of the test itself and 13 minutes of comprehensive feedback, plus we'll give you useful tips on how to make your performance better. So, we know how to help you. Join us.
Okay, that was a lot of talking. Do you have any questions?
No, thank you very much. I really appreciate that you give me this feedback because I know this will help me. This is exactly what I need.
Although my job is hard, I enjoy doing it.
The last time I'm going to on the exam day, you should make sure, okay, this is the last time I'm going to talk about
IELTS Academy for our generation.
Find out movie and talk about what's in it for and film. So, you know, we were talking about synonym for film.
All right, welcome back. Well, we assessed your 4 criteria of speaking: the fluency and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, and pronunciation. Let's just begin with fluency and coherence. Well, of course, you usually maintain the flow of speech, and it's good, it's perfect. But unfortunately, when you want to elaborate more on the responses and the situations, you faced problem. And I think that problem was caused by your limited use of connectives. You know what I'm talking about? So you need to use a wider range of connectives, like when you want to, for example, link this sentence to another sentence, you need to use more advanced connectives. You stuck to this so, but, and, or. You have to use however, although, in the meantime, right?
Yes.
So, or you can also use some fillers, like sort of, like, or I believe.
Yes.
Boosters. You know what I'm talking about? So if you use those boosters and fillers, in my opinion, that's a hard question, but I could say that So if you use those fillers and boosters, you can, and the right connectives, you can buy yourself some time to talk more extensively about a subject, and you can think about the ideas and what to say and how to put it in the correct way. So this is the tip for this part. When it comes to lexical resource, or what we call vocabulary, you had a pretty wide range of vocabulary. You said we're keen on something, it's perfect, or you said wear perfumes, that's a good collocation. And you said it's not my cup of tea, you used idiomatic language, it's very good. And you also said that as far as I remember, it's perfect. But you have to use more such idiomatic combinations and collocations. You know what I'm talking about? And you said if you ask me, that's of course that's a booster, and that's perfect. But you used it a couple of times elsewhere. You could have used it naturally, and you could have used some other like synonyms and other combinations instead of if you ask me. But generally you did well with regards to vocabulary. When it comes to grammar, I really did not pick up many mistakes when it comes to grammar and accuracy. You had only this read and read, which is frequently a mistake, which is frequently made by some of the candidates. When you're talking about the past, it's read. I read a book in the past. But when you read a book, it's present tense. And you also said that in order to learn perfectly, you should have used the adverb form of the word perfect here. And you could also use some complex structures like conditional sentences or some subordinate clauses, if, then, right? So if you use those complex structures, you can definitely boost your band score. Try to just keep this in mind and do not forget it. When you want to take the real exam, intentionally try to come up with those complex structures. If you don't use complex structures, you will definitely be marked down. So pay attention to this and be careful with it. You need to pay attention to the connectives in the first part, fluency and coherence. Do please pay attention to a wider range of connectives in order to get a better band score, a higher band score. In the vocabulary, please try to use each word in its own place. Illustrate is not a word that is used here. Surveys illustrate that. Surveys show, suggest. Try to use each word in its right place. Do not misplace the words. Like you said, also healthy subject, which you meant a subject themed with health or a subject on health. It's not, we don't have such a thing as healthy subject. Generally, now you are, based on the analysis and the review, I gave you 5. But if you take into consideration the tips that I gave you today, you'll definitely make it to, of course, higher band scores, and wish you the best of luck. Do you have any questions?
No, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.